are listening to or not. We won. It's our way. And you better cooperate. You better knuckle under. Well, this time around, the Democrats stood, for the most part, united, did not knuckle under. And it is all around this issue of DACA, which the president has promised and promised. Remember, DACA is the deal for the kids who were brought over here without documents. Their parents brought them over here from mostly south of the border when they were kids. They grew up here knowing only this country. President Obama decided to give them something called deferred action, saying, I can't pass a law making you legal to stay here, but we will defer action on you. We will leave you alone to pursue school and work and be a productive member of our society. Of course, when he left office, Donald Trump came in and says, hey, Obama did this, we're getting rid of it. And when he got rid of it, he says, well, we'll pass a law to fix their problem. And that's what he said. That's what he promised. There was no urgency to get rid of DACA, deferred action. He could have kept them in place so they were protected and there was no risk of them being deported while they worked on a permanent solution through Congress, a law. Not executive order, but a law. He could have left it alone, said, you know what, I'm going to leave this alone so the kids aren't hassled, so the kids aren't torn away from their family and their life here to a country they don't know. In the meantime, I expect everybody in Congress to do something permanent about this. He could have left it alone, but he didn't. He got rid of it, making a deadline, which is in March, when time will be up and they won't be protected anymore. And these kids could be rounded up and shipped out to a land they don't know. They've talked about it, they've talked about it, they've talked about it. But nothing has been done. And we're not that far away from March, so the Democrats and the Republicans did actually negotiate a deal. And that deal was brought to the president, and the president said this, folks. The president said this about that deal. It was televised, and that's why we have the audio here for you to play. He said it has to be a bill of love.
I feel having the Democrats in with us is absolutely vital because this should be a bipartisan bill. This should be a bill of love. Truly, it should be a bill of love, and we can do that.
And we could do this. And he went on to say, hey, whatever you guys and gals work out here, he invited about 20 members of each party to sit down and work out a deal on DACA and get it done like now. So it could pass with the budget deal. All go through. Pass it now. And you just heard him say, hey, this has to be a bill of love. We have to do it for the kids. And we're all here on the same page. And we could do this. Bill of love. Of course, they had a meeting after that with fewer amount of both parties there. And he sang a totally different tune. That was the meeting shortly after this Bill of Love meeting where there was no TV cameras or no microphones. And he started to swear. He started to call people from Africa and people from Haiti coming from shitholes. That was his words. Totally different Donald Trump. For the cameras, nice guy, agreeable guy. Gonna work out whatever you people bring me, I'll sign. I really want to do it. The next meeting, off camera, we don't need these people. We don't want these people. They're from shitholes. We don't want them here. They're messing up the country. Totally different tune. And then when Dick Durbin, shocked, made that public, went to the media and said, you know what he said? He shocked me. Oh, he got mad. And then he declared the DACA deal's dead. You outed me, Dick Durbin, you Democrat. You outed me about my big swear-o mouth and bigoted mouth towards blacks coming from Africa and Haiti. That's it. Like a kid, that's it. You outed me on that. I'm not working with you people. We're getting rid of those Hispanic kids. We're getting rid of them. Bah. He's the one. He's the one who squelched this deal at the 11th hour. when seemed like smooth sailing, things were going to happen, they sat down, the Democrats and Republicans, and wrote a DACA deal to pass with this budget, to get it through now. And he was the one who killed it with his big, obscene mouth. Now, this is what he said about a shutdown that happened in 2013 under the Obama administration. He was on with his Fox and Friends people there at Fox News, and he said this: who's to blame? Because right now, with this shutdown, they're pointing fingers at each other. Democrats pointing at Republicans and the president, and of course, Republicans and president pointing their finger at the Democrats. Who's to blame? Let's ask President Trump back in 2013. Who's to blame in the shutdown?
Fired. Who's going to bear the brunt of the responsibility if indeed there is a shutdown of our government?
Well, if you say who gets fired, it always has to be the top. I mean, problems start from the top, and they have to get solved from the top, and the president's the leader, and he's got to get everybody in a room, and he's got to lead. You know, the interesting thing is in 25 years and 50 years and 100 years from now, when the government is, you know, they talk about the government shutdown, they're going to be talking about the president of the United States. Who was the president at that time? Mm-hmm. They're not going to be talking who the head of the House was, the head of the Senate, who's running things in Washington. So I really think the pressure is on the president.
Okay. He's absolutely right. For once in his life, he made some sense. And it's right in this circumstance, this shutdown as well. It's on him. He's responsible. He's to blame. And certainly he